Good morning. Welcome to the First Unitarian Church of Orlando. I'm Dave Shine, serving as your worship attendant for today, and I didn't think it was too late to wear an ugly Christmas sweater. With me today in our service are our worship leader and music director, Aubrey Connelly-Candelario, vocalist Wesley Boyce, board member Beth Tura, reader Charles Connelly-Candelario, and chalice lighter Sydney. And let's not forget our teams of wonderful people in the background working diligently to ensure that we come together this morning. So thank you. We greet you this morning, old friends and new, as we explore our Unitarian Universalist faith, which draws us into community of justice seekers with a commitment for lifelong spiritual growth and compassionate service to the community. Whether today is your first or your 1000th Sunday in our midst, you are welcome here. Whoever you are, whoever you love, you are welcome here. In this community, your whole self is welcome. We welcome your race, national origin, immigration status, gender identity, sexual orientation, age, physical or mental abilities, economic status, or religious background. We welcome you. We have a few announcements this morning. First, just a reminder, there is no religious enrichment classes today, and our youth are invited to stay with us in the service. The nursery is open though. Next Sunday, we are fortunate to have a special guest at the pulpit. As the Reverend Margalie Belizaire begins her 3-month sabbatical, Dr. Laura McGuire will be sharing with us their thoughts on the radical resistance of joy. Come for the joy of enlightenment and stay for the fellowship. Say farewell to 2025 with relief and glee. Bring in joy and justice for the new year, one you style. Bring games, musical instruments, noisemakers, finger foods, and beverages. Gore Hall doors open at 5 p.m. on December 31st. You'll have to be there to find out how long it lasts. Rhymes of Resistance is a soul-stirring blend of spoken word, music, and ritual curated by our artist-in-residence, Legia Matthias, I know that. By weaving together testimony and justice, this performance invites us to move beyond witnessing and into the sacred work of collaborative liberation. Join us on January 4th to feel, breathe, and transform together. And now, here's Jeannie Carter with a word about socks.
Okay, I'm Jeannie Carter on behalf of the Friends of New Image Youth Center. New Image Youth Center is an organization that provides after-school and summer programs for children and youth in downtown Orlando. Every winter, we collect socks for the students. We're asking for donations of new socks in original packaging for kids in kindergarten through high school. We can also use some leftover gift bags for our holiday boutique next year and small jewelry gift boxes for our Mother's Day jewelry project. Thank you.
Our generous and talented 1U member, Steve Monin, has crafted a series of promotional videos for 1U. They will be revealed and shared through social media in the weeks ahead. Here is the first of 6, which was released just the other day, featuring our beloved Reverend Margalie Belizaire.
Hello, I am Reverend Margalie Belizaire of the First Unitarian Church of Orlando. We are a non-creedal church that respects and welcomes multiple beliefs and spiritual traditions, as well as skeptics and freethinkers. We are a community committed to lifelong exploration and spiritual growth while living out ethical values based in love and compassion for everyone. In a world where religious spaces can feel divisive and exclusive, you might find it comforting to know that the U in one U stands for unity. To learn more, go to orlandouu.org or visit us on Sundays at 10:30 a.m. and bring your questions as we welcome you to come find out for yourself.
Great job, Steve. We will all like and share these as they become available. All other announcements are posted on slides before and after the service and can be found with links in the weekly update or on our website. If you would like to follow along with today's service, please use the QR code shown on the monitor above to view the order of service. Thanks again for being here in person and online today. For more information about our congregation and announcements, go to orlandouu.org or email info@orlandouu.org. And now, our chalice lighter, Sydney, Sydney is 4 years old and likes vehicles. So do I. Here we go. All right, please say these words with me as we light the chalice. In the light of truth and in the warmth of love, we gather to seek, to sustain, and to share. All right. Please rise in body or spirit and join me in singing our opening hymn, Let It Be a Dance, number 311, verse 1. The words are projected on the screen.
Good morning. Good morning. Please join me in this responsive reading and speak aloud the words shown on the slides after I speak. Let us begin by arriving, not only in this place, but in our lives as they are right now.
We arrive in the patterns of our days, the habits we have chosen, and those we have gathered along the way.
We come with ways of thinking and moving, of responding and reacting, of greeting the morning and ending the day.
We come as we are, not finished, not perfect, but present.
We are often taught that habits are things to break, mistakes to correct, flaws to overcome.
Today, we remember another truth, habits and rituals, the quiet practices of everyday life.
In the repetition of small choices, our lives take shape.
In gratitude offered or overlooked, in kindness practiced or postponed, in bodies honored or ignored.
Not all at once, not perfectly.
But faithfully, again and again.
As we gather at the turning of the year, may we release the need to fix ourselves.
May we find courage to notice ourselves with honesty and compassion.
May our daily actions become sacred opportunities.
Not to become someone else, but to become more fully who we already are.
May intention replace pressure, practice replace perfection.
And may compassion guide every step of our becoming.
For we are shaped not by grand gestures alone,
But by the rituals we choose to live.
Thank you. If you are joining us for the first time or one of the first times and you would like to let us know that you are here, if you could just briefly stand so that we can see who you are. You don't have to say anything or put yourself out there. Just let us know you're here. Welcome, welcome. We love knowing that you're here, so now let's take a moment to greet each other.
We invite the children to remain in their seats today with their families. We're not singing the children out today, so we will let families sit together and hear our words for all ages called. Oops, I did it again. A story about habits. Today I want to talk about something we all have in common. Kids, grown-ups, and even pets who insist on sitting in the same chair every day. I want to talk about habits. A habit is something we do so often that our brain puts it on autopilot. You don't have to think very hard about it anymore. For example, when you brush your teeth, do you think first tooth on the left, second tooth on the left? No, your brain just says, I've got this, and off you go. Habits are like little paths in our minds. The more we walk them, the easier they are to follow. Some habits are helpful habits. These are things like washing your hands, buckling your seatbelt, saying thank you, or taking a deep breath when you're upset. Helpful habits make our lives better and often make other people's lives better too. Some habits are not so helpful. These habits might be like interrupting, or procrastinating, snapping at people when we're tired, or checking our phones every 30 seconds just in case something very exciting happens in the last 29 seconds. And adults, we do see you. But here's the tricky thing. Bad habits usually don't start as bad ideas. They often start because They were easy or comfortable or worked for a little while, but over time, they stopped helping us. So how do we change habits? First, we notice them. We get curious instead of judgmental. Instead of saying, I'm terrible, we say, I do that a lot. Curiosity is much more useful than guilt. Second, we remember that habits don't disappear just because we yell at them. They change when we practice something new, slowly, imperfectly, and often with reminders. Just like learning a new song or a sport, repetition matters. And here's the really important part. Yes, we can choose habits. Not all at once, not perfectly, but gently, one small choice at a time. Every day, we're practicing becoming someone. Someone kind, someone brave, someone who knows how to pause, apologize, try again, and laugh at themselves when they forget. Habits aren't about being good or bad people, they're about shaping who we are on purpose. So this week, maybe we all choose one small habit to practice, something that helps us care for ourselves, each other, or this beautiful world we share. And if we mess up, that's okay. Even messing up can become a positive habit if we get really good at forgiving ourselves and trying again. Amen. Blessed be, and don't forget to brush your teeth.
Good morning, I'm Beth Tura, the president-elect of the Board of Trustees, and I did get a new toothbrush for Christmas, so I'm changing it up already. As we invite you into generosity, we are affirming that this time in our service is not simply an invitation for you to practice giving. It's a reminder that your giving is necessary for one you to exist and thrive, and continue to engage in the good news of Unitarian Universalism. It affords us to be the change we wish to see in our world, as we take action rather than waiting for others to do so. In the words of a Unitarian, Jessica Lynn, I come on Sunday feeling weary, having worn out the snooze button on my alarm clock. I come on Sunday feeling frightened, having seared my eyes reading the latest news. I think that's doom scrolling. I come on Sunday feeling burdened, having fretted about my workday worries. But I leave Sunday service feeling refreshed, having been renewed by the spirit of love in the community that exists here. I leave Sunday service feeling whole, feeling lifted up by the words of righteous challenge. I leave Sunday service feeling energized, ready to continue our fight for peace and justice. This haven, this refuge, this place of worship and wonder exists because we make it so, with our contributions, the gifts of our time, our skills, our food, our love, our laughter, and our money. Please join me in giving so that we may continue to have a place that fortifies and challenges us in these trying and troubled times. Today's full collection will go to the ministries of this congregation. Our Share the Plate recipient for the month of December is New Image Youth Center. Should you choose to make a donation to our partner, please let us know for our recording purposes. The offering will now be collected. Note that you can also give online.
Souls in the air and feathered canyons. give and take, and still somehow it's love's illusion. I recall, I really don't know love at all.
Thank you. Let us joyfully receive what is offered here today in the spirit of gratitude and fellowship.
Good morning, beautiful beings. This is the time we set aside for deep sharing of our hearts and for prayer and meditation. If you have a sorrow that you need witnessed or help with, or have a joy that you wish to share, please contribute to our collective sharing of joys and sorrows to be read each Sunday during worship. You can send an email to joysandsorrows@orlandouu.org during the week if you are attending in person. You can also fill out a card at the registration table and hand it to an usher before the start of service. We also participate in a candle lighting ritual. Bring your joys and your sorrows as we come together. Come as you are. Your whole self is welcome in this sacred space we are creating together. What a joy it has been to have all these poinsettias in our sanctuary. And now it is time for anyone who would like one to take one home after this service today. From Logan Donahue, who is still recovering well from his open heart surgery after a challenging month of fighting a post-operative cough and limited mobility, he's finally been officially cleared to start cardiac rehab and is slowly seeing the outside world. Thank you to the whole care team and every single person who participated in the meal train and/or with gift cards. In the meantime, messages of well wishes are welcome via online or cards. We're so grateful for that good news of your healing and recovery, Logan. We are wishing our beloved storyteller, Charles Connelly-Candelario, a very happy birthday tomorrow. May this be your best year yet. From Sandy Cawthorn, it was such a joy to be here at 1U for so many celebratory events in the last week. Winter solstice with Mystic Grove and 2 Christmas Eve services, all followed with food and fellowship. It truly takes a village to make magic happen, and we are blessed to be part of it. Thank you to those who work tirelessly to nurture, nourish, and protect, and to delight us all. And especially thank you to those who showed up in person and online to be a part of it. Showing up is also a love language. From Brandon and Wesley, happy Kwanzaa, beloved community. As we celebrate Kwanzaa, we honor African heritage and the 7 principles: unity, purpose, creativity, and collective care, which call us into deeper connection, justice, and love. May this season renew our commitment to dignity, liberation, and the interdependent web we share. Harambe, let's all pull together. Also, there will be cake in honor of Kwanzaa over in Gore Hall. I'll be there. We hold our communities and our country with care and the world with our compassion by acting for justice in all of the small and large ways that will move the arc of the universe toward justice. And please, let us remember that the arc is far longer than we would like it to be, but we will get there. and for all the joys and sorrows of this community shared today, and for those held close to our hearts. Let's pray, let's celebrate, and send each other healing energy. Please find your comfort and soften your eyes to receive these words of prayer from Beth Monholland. In this new year, may we leave behind the weight of unfulfilled resolutions, of unrealized dreams, and of unrealistic expectations. May we unpack the heavy weight of stories that tell us we are unworthy and unlovable. May we remember that we each carry inside of us a spark of the divine. In this new year, may we carry kindness, gentleness, and hope that holds us through even the hardest days and the most daunting risks. May we carry the weight of memory that reminds us of who we are, and the weight of spirit that reminds us we are still becoming. May we carry the seed of knowledge that teaches us that improvement and growth aren't linear and individualistic, but are cyclical and communal. May we carry the wisdom to seek rest and connection, to lean into mutual care. May we carry the certain belief that when we have patterns of thinking and behaving that harm ourselves and others, we can seek resources that will help us move towards healing. May we carry the knowledge that happiness and success take many shapes, and one of those shapes is purpose. May we carry purpose lightly, trusting that it changes and evolves and surprises us. May we carry curiosity, wonder, and the ability to be surprised. This year, may we carry space for all of our flaws, all of our longings, and all of our love, remembering that the truly daring adventure of life is not to be better, better, best, but to show up wholly, authentically, lovingly as ourselves. May we carry these prayers and carry each other into the new year.
On the second Sunday, we enjoy congregational candlelighting during the service. Please join us today in focusing our attentions on these three candles. May these flames hold all that we bring into this circle of care. The first candle is for all the joys in our hearts, for the beauty and wonder of this world that holds us. The second candle is for the sad and difficult happenings in our lives, for grief over the losses we have borne. Let this flame remind us that we need not carry them alone. The third candle is for all that remains unknown, a flame of mystery and possibility. Together, these three flames, joy, sorrow, and mystery, burn as one. Let them remind us that whatever we bring into this circle of care, we are held in a greater light and we do not journey alone. May it be so.
People, look east, the time is near. of the crowning of the year. Make your house fair as you are able. Trim the hearth and set the table. People look east and sing today. Love, the guest is on the way.
As the year draws to an end, we often think about resolutions and self-improvement. We make lists of what needs fixing, mostly within ourselves, what needs changing, who we're supposed to become next. But what if our habits and rituals about fixing what's broken isn't what's broken? What if they were spiritual practices, ways of gently, intentionally growing into who we already are? This morning's reflection is called Becoming on Purpose. And there's a story about that. But it's an invitation to notice the quiet power of everyday choices. Gratitude, movement, kindness, service. Not as goals to achieve, but as rituals of becoming. As Aristotle reminds us, now that's just not something I say every day, but as Aristotle reminds us, we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. I could have titled this sermon, What I Want to Be When I Grow Up. I'm 58 years old, and I am still trying to decide who I am. Or more accurately, I'm still trying to become the real me, whoever that is. There is the Aubrey you see most days, smiling, laughing, kind, politically correct, a married man of 31 years, a father, a school teacher, a musician, a people pleaser, a man with 3 jobs who puts in about 80 hours a week. My physical body tells part of that story. Even though over the past 2 years I have changed many of my habits, I still wear the shell of someone who dealt with stress by eating too much and moving too little. That easy smile used to come with a reward at the end of the day, usually a box of donuts waiting at home. And that was the reward for not telling people what I really thought of them. The tattoos, the shaved head, the boots, the wallet chain, the black clothing, they all tell a story too. And sometimes these stories just don't seem to go together. Some days I feel like I'm one character written by 2 different authors. Do you ever feel like that? I should say this plainly, I am not a preacher. I don't have an extensive philosophical or theological training to speak of. It would be 0 if I were to speak of it. I am not qualified to explain existential meaning or the problem of evil or why bad things happen to good people. I am a music teacher, and if you need to know about German chords, I'm happy to help. I'm also an atheist, and I suppose I could stand here and tell you that there is no God, but that feels both unnecessary and deeply unhelpful to a group of people gathered on a Sunday morning in a church, even a UU church. So instead, as I have done before, the best I can offer you is my story, or at least a little part of it. When Reverend Margalie and I were talking about this service, and she said, "What do I want the topic to be?" I said, "I want to talk about becoming on purpose." And she got really excited and says, "That sounds great. I can't wait to hear that sermon." Yeah, me too. Because the only thing I had was a title. It popped into my head, straight away into my mind, and I tried to verbalize what that meant, and it just wouldn't come. I had no idea what to say. After weeks, maybe even months of fretting about this, I finally just started writing. And in the spirit of transparency, I talked things through with both my therapist and ChatGPT. what I realized is this topic, this sermon, is really about what the past 2 years have meant to me. When I was young, I was very self-assured. I think I made good choices. I had a clear sense of right or wrong. I lived by a moral code I learned from Saturday morning cartoons. Never lie, don't cheat, honor your parents, never jaywalk, don't ride your bike on the sidewalk, and if you see a live electrical wire, for goodness sake, call for help. The 1970s were filled with gentle public service psychotherapy told by animated versions of Superman and Wonder Woman. But as I got older, choices became harder. Life wasn't black and white anymore. It probably never had been. And not once did a super friend show up to help me through bullying, betrayal, or moral ambiguity. How dare they? So I adapted and I built 2 worlds. One was the forward-facing good boy, trying to do everything right, failing often, getting very upset with myself when I did fail, hiding disappointment with cheerfulness and food. The other version of me lived underground. He thought bad thoughts. He wanted to rebel. He was angry. He was honest in ways that the surface version never allowed. Stuffing that second self down took a toll: obesity, hypertension, eventually diabetes. Being the people pleaser was slowly killing me. And I know some of you can relate to that because I've heard you say the same thing. So when I say becoming on purpose, I mean something very specific. I mean making daily, sometimes hourly, sometimes minute-by-minute choices about who I want to be. Not who I want to appear to be, which is how I lived most of my life. Who I actually am. For example, when the sopranos in the back row won't stop talking and completely derail rehearsal, and when the altos ask to hear their part again, and when I have to wake the basses up, I don't want to smile patiently and gently call them back to attention. I want to scream, I want to shout. I want to demand that they shut up or get out. There was a locally infamous theater director who, when angry, would grab the nearest heavy object and throw it at the child. Often it was her shoe. More than one student went home with a bruise. I secretly admired her. If only I could be that brave. Oh, how I would love to chuck a steel-toed boot at a soprano someday. But I can't because it's wrong to hurt people. It's wrong to hurt people. And because self-control matters. For a long time, food helped me suppress that rage. And now that I don't use food that way, this is where becoming on purpose really begins. Instead of numbing myself, I choose rituals. I wake up at 4:30 in the morning, not because it's virtuous, but because it gives me quiet. I'm at the gym by 5:15, not to punish my body, but to inhabit it. I don't eat any sugar, not because it's evil, but because it really doesn't love me back. I read for pleasure again. I ride my motorcycle. I travel. I force myself to meet new people, even when it's uncomfortable. And here's the secret: it's always uncomfortable. I pay attention to my posture. I take more time to dress well, not to impress others, but to signal to myself that I matter. I refuse to grade papers on the weekends. I push back against rules I disagree with. I pay someone to trim my beard because asking for care is also a practice. I polish my shoes. I pay my bills on time, mostly. I keep my desk organized, mostly. I keep a calendar so life doesn't just happen to me, mostly. I listen to affirmations spoken in my own voice because sometimes I need to hear myself say, "You're doing okay." These are not grand gestures. They are not evidence of enlightenment. I am not perfect at any of them. Just ask Charles about how well I do keeping the calendar. No, actually, please don't ask him. You don't want that answer. These are just small habits that help me function, feel good, and make time for myself. These are my rituals of becoming. Becoming on purpose does not mean eliminating the rebel. It means listening to him without letting him run the show. It means choosing again and again to respond rather than to react, to act with intention, to become slowly, imperfectly, compassionately the person I already am beneath the armor. So maybe becoming on purpose isn't about reinvention at all. Maybe it's about remembering. Remembering that the self we're trying to become isn't hiding in some distant future. It's already here and asking for our care. Our habits are how we listen. And I'm going to repeat that because when I found it, it really struck me hard. Our habits are how we listen. Every morning we wake up, every choice to move or rest, to speak or stay silent, to nourish or numb ourselves, those are the moments where our values leave our heads and enter our bodies. We don't become whole all at once. We become whole the way a path is made, by walking it. So as this year closes, may we be gentle with ourselves. May we choose one small, faithful practice, not to fix ourselves, but to honor ourselves. And may we remember that becoming on purpose is itself a sacred act. Amen, and blessed be. Please rise in body or spirit and join in singing our closing hymn, Guide My Feet, number 348. Give me a second to find that hymn. If I had known Danny wasn't going to be here, I'm not sure I would have said yes. Do, 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 do. 348. Aha. There we go. Guide my feet while I run this race. Guide my feet while I run this race. Guide my feet while I run this race. For I don't want to run this race in vain. Hold my hand while I run this race. Hold my hand while I run this race. Hold my hand while I run this race. For I don't want to run this race in vain. Stand by me while I run this race. Stand by me while I run this race. Stand by me while I run this race. For I don't want to run this race in vain. None of us have arrived fully formed. We are still becoming through grief and through joy, through habit and hope, through the quiet decisions no one else sees. So as we move toward a new year, I invite you to ask yourself, not what should I fix, but what practices help me feel most like myself. Not the version that performs, not the version that just survives, but the version that is whole. Becoming on purpose isn't loud. It does not announce itself. It shows up tomorrow morning and the next day and the day after that, one small brave habit at a time. So my call to action this week is don't start a new habit. Examine the habits you already have. Give extra care and attention to what fills your life with joy or love or serenity, and nurture those habits. If Dave and Melissa will come up and extinguish the chalice.
Please say these words with me while we extinguish this flame. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of our commitment. These we carry into the world until we are together again.